Good evening and welcome back to New York Outcast. Uh, I thank everybody for stopping by. Anybody that's shown up so far, get the camera on here. Do appreciate it. I think this is going up live now, I believe, if everything's correct. Um, Basically, here doing a fill-in show for Rick, real quick. I was attempting to. I sent out a bunch of links. Was hoping people would stop by. Nobody has so far. So we'll see what happens. If you're not aware, Rick had basically had gotten sick from his message. So good afternoon. Not sure if you're still out there. Moo is out there. Sent you a link. Uh, jump in if you can. Krabby Turtle. Of course, I was out there. Let's see. MC Krabby Turtle again. All right. So that's everybody. The short, quick roll call. Not sure, again, what's going to happen. If nobody shows up, I probably won't let this run too long. I was trying to fill basically the gap you could state. But at the same time, usually his show doesn't have too much of a format lately. So I can pretend to be Rick and complain about some things or something if people would like. Just let me know. Or basically, kind of go with the flow. So let's see. Yeah, so to my knowledge, Rick is on the toilet. So apparently he's having stomach issues both ways, according to his video, which he publicly put out there. So don't be mad at me, Rick, if you hear me saying it. Uh, that's a reference to the thumbnail there. So hopefully people find that amusing, which looked like Moo did. So thanks, Moo. And yeah, that's basically it. Not 100% sure what I could ramble on myself about. Anybody got any questions out there? Any suggestions I could run with for a little bit here? Um, Other than that, I'm kind of at a loss, which is not that abnormal, but a little bit. So, as far as just rambling on, uh, don't watch much of the news. I catch little flicks here and there, but as a channel, I'm not like some to update you on everything. So, I don't follow everything myself. So, yeah, don't have much to say there. Yeah, I am aware of some things, obviously, but again, this is all stuff other people cover that do a better job than I would. So, um, yeah, so I'm not sure. This hasn't switched in a little while, so I'm just going to check and make sure because I did have an issue going up. So maybe I'm not even live. I don't know, which would be crazy. So bear with me. Um, Weird. It says I'm live in here, but I don't see anything out there. It's odd. It says I'm live in here. Okay, I'm there. Yeah, that's strange. Okay, things just switched over on the StreamYard side. Our side, sorry. And basically, I see there was a bunch. So I don't know if StreamYard had a little glitch or what, but I can see there's still people about out there. GMC, talk about anything you want. Uh, you are live. You're live. 5x5. Cool. All right, so I am here. So, Moo, you should get in here, man. You're leaving me, I don't know, leaving me hanging out here. So, sent a few others out, like I said, but now I'm repeating myself. So, I don't know if you guys have seen my polls. I've thrown a few up in my community tab. There wasn't much yet on the bug out vehicle suggestion, because I was going to say that could have been a topic, but talking to myself about it seems kind of odd. And obviously, there's several polls out there that at some point, I plan on bringing up or whatever. All right, we got a mad cow. So, thanks for coming in.
I'm just a little angry. I'm not mad. Oh, I don't know. Oh, how you doing, man?
Doing all right. Doing all right. How about yourself?
Yeah, just chilling. Had all that bad weather this week, so not too bad now. So
yeah, you have to deal with
MC
snow today.
It's not snowing, but I still have probably, I don't know, good inch of ice on the driveway.
Okay. Yeah, I just
threw some had a new bag of rock salt, throwing it out there.
Okay. Hello, Keith. Yeah, I had to shovel today, clear the vehicles off, stuff like that, just earlier. So woke up and it was kind of like a snow globe out there, stuff just going everywhere. I was like, wow, wasn't expecting it. I guess I don't know. I didn't look at the weather yesterday or something. So
if I shoveled what I had out there, I'd be dead.
You'd be dead.
I mean, it's. Well, the neighbor kids, I think I mentioned last night, the neighbor kids were ice skating all over their yard.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Because it snowed and rained and froze. I mean, it's thick.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, obviously we don't have it like that. So we don't have it like that. It's
MC knows. Yeah, MC doesn't live too far from me. So he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doxing him there, but I think you mentioned he's from around here.
Yeah, had to clear everything, stuff like that, but thankfully it's really nothing here. So my car would have probably a little trouble. I could still get around with it, but the truck, it's not a problem. So got everything cleared off and good to go. So it's still snowing now. So not really accumulating now, but we've only got 2.5 inches, maybe something like that. So our weather's been kind of crazy. Our weather's kind of crazy lately. It's temperatures have been way above normal. It keeps swinging. Warm to cool. So you can't really get acclimated one way or the other. So it's kind of been, uncomfortable is one way to put it. Looks like Razor JB's out there. What's up, Razor? Yeah. I don't know, man. I know the humidity. I guess wherever you are, you're gonna say the other might be better. So who knows? You might be right. I'm really not a fan of the cold. What about you, Moo?
The older I get, the less tolerant I am about the cold. I mean, I used to go on ice fishing trips and snowmobiling and having big old campfires out and carve seats out of the snowbank and sit in the snowbank. And now I look at that and just shake my head. I go sit in the hot tub.
Yeah. I know I've never been a big fan. I've done skiing, things like that, and it's ice skating or whatever. Obviously out and about, and it's what I've always stated is bearable, but today's prices going out to do a lot of this stuff, it's like, man, so in some cases it's not worth it to me. So I'd prefer to be warmer. So
Yep, I hear you. Plus,
I mean,
I got a bunch of injuries too, so I don't need to be falling.
but
The air conditioner's been running all week for Razor.
yeah, I wish it was
That humidity.
a bit warmer. Say that. We'll trade some, send a little bit our way.
It's coming.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, obviously it is, but I'd like it to be here tomorrow, if possible. So,
well, especially when you work out in the elements,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even working inside,
Let's see.
Back and forth tools from the truck or whatnot, or supplies being dirty, you got to cover everything well. Obviously there's a couple ways you can go about that, but the foot traffic in and out, some people don't care at all. Some, you got to take, shoes are off or whatever, booties or whatever. In some cases, it's just, different in every single household basically. But if you got to do a lot of back and forth, it's just more of a pain in the ass, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, so that even
we just had we just redid our laundry room / bathroom. It's right inside the door from the garage. So you walk in, there's like the half bath, and then there's a door that goes into the laundry room. Okay. And it's kind of small, especially from what I was used to. I built my own laundry room. I think it was 12 by 14 with a 12-foot countertop for for folding, and had cabinets above and below. And it was really nice. And now with the new house, it's really small, which it's not. It's kind of bad, but it's kind of good too, because now you just can't throw like a month's worth of laundry in there.
Less clutter.
It's like you got one load, you got to do it. But he was in and out, and he brought his truck and his work trailer, and he had to park that on the road. I offered to move my vehicle so he could back the trailer right up to the garage, and he goes, "Nah, it's okay." But he's wandering down the driveway to his trailer, bringing up his compound miter saw and his little table and everything, and had all his supplies out there, up and down, back and forth. And I'm like, dude, if it was me, I wouldn't be doing that. But he didn't care.
Some things, I mean, you try not to make a mess in the house. Obviously, customers there, if you got a garage or something, that's great or whatever. But depending on the job, but if possible, sometimes it's just easier to cut outside than have to, go through the cleanup and stuff. So, in some cases, in some
he cut outside most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
like if it was raining or something, he'd pull it just inside the big garage door. But he's super clean, way cleaner than I ever was. I mean, doing work. I mean, he put down plastic and
Well, it's a lot constantly to do that than it is to fix carpet or come back later. Any of that come back later stuff is no good, because it's costing you money to go back later. And then you're telling your friends like, "Oh, I got to call the guy back." That's not how you get referrals. So all that stupid stuff like painting and everything, plastic, everything. The way I see it, it's what I did. Plastic's cheap. So the way I see it, moving anything heavy, I'm dropping cardboard down, with a professional hand cart, just because I don't want to replace a floor because I've had to do it in the past, things like that. But all that little stuff makes a huge difference. So sounds like he's good. I clean as I can.
He's really good. I mean, no drywall dust anywhere in the house. I mean, he does really good work. He's done work for us several times. And he's a good friend of ours too. So
that's cool. That's cool.
I got to the point where I just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Because if I do, I'm like sore as hell because I'm a I'm a slug, if I do it. I was up and down ladders changing light bulbs the other day, and I was wrecked for 2 days.
Ladders can get you. I guess you'd be surprised how much, balancing or whatever, or even standing on a ladder, painting for a while or whatever. You put a lot of stress in your feet, calves, stuff like that. So any long periods, it can kind of add up. So yeah, it's a shocking thing. Most people probably don't think about it because they use a ladder twice a year or whatever the case is. But
yeah, and I started replacing all my smoke detectors too. I got a ton of them.
Okay. Yeah.
They're all hardwired with battery backup, and they're 14 years old, and one of them started to go bad and chirping. It didn't matter if you changed the battery or whatever. So I bought 15 new smoke detectors. I'm slowly but surely getting them all changed.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because what is it? 3 years, I think it is. They say something like that. They're supposed to swap them. I believe that's not the wired in. That's the standard, replacement or whatever people put in with the battery. But in a lot of cases with kids, big house, it's definitely a good thing to do. So depending on rotations or whatever. So mine have gotten old and they were going off, and if I'm honest, the battery's missing out of them. One of them. So I think I've got 2 or 3 working. So should probably do something about that.
I just looked it up. It says alarm sensors wear out, change them every 10 years. The actual detector.
Okay.
Yeah. But I had one chirping and I couldn't get it shut off, so I ripped it off the ceiling. And of course, the new one, you can't find replacements with the same exact plug. You got to cut the wires, install the new plug so it hooks up to the new detector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. I mean, as far as work's concerned, it's not too bad. At least, you're inside and doing it at your leisure. So, it's better than trying to fit
on the ladder, the arm over your head,
A little mystic. Yeah, way better than trying to fit under a cabinet or, crawl around in a crawl space or something like that. So.
Yeah, when we moved in, the kitchen sink, it's got a soap dispenser next to the sprayer, kind of thing. And it was all loose. It was all loose. So I had to pull everything out of underneath the sink, fit my fat ass in there, looked like Winnie the Pooh stuck in a tree, and trying to reach up in there and tighten up that long ass tiny threads, oh man, yeah. And then you got to tag team it because somebody's got to hold the top,
Yeah, or else you'll just push her. Yeah. Oh yeah. Stuff. I guess depending when it's installed, obviously a new install is ideal because you can pretty much put that together when you set your sink. A lot of times, sometimes you can't, depending if the sink's got to be where if it's mounted to the countertop, how depending on your top and all that crap. A lot of times you can get away with it though, or you can put all that on first and then pop it down. I've even stuck my flexible lines and everything, and then just drop it in. So basically, obviously, prevent. You still got to get down there, but it's a lot less. But yeah, it sucks when something like that happens. And you got to go in afterwards.
And you get everything all tightened up, and you realize that your sprayer hose is underneath the P trap. You got to unhook it.
Yeah, you can't pull it
Fish
out.
it back around so it's not stuck out.
It
only comes out 5 inches. Son of a bitch.
I've seen that. Or
you only do that once. You only do that once.
Yeah. or it'll be have a twist or bow in it in a way, because when they're new, they're all kind of rigid in a sense and funky, and you'll just go to pull up and it'll keep catching on something, at that point. So
yeah.
So we had Walter Davis stuff in, Mystic Guns, Tactical FUD, Buck Stanley.
Hello, nice lady.
So
yeah, I did some welding by accident when I was changing out some junction boxes one time.
Oh, yeah?
my leather man got welded. Oh yeah, one of the jaws welded right to the damn
Okay.
right to the damn box.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm too lazy to throw the breaker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I was on a ladder too, and it was like that woke you up, man.
Yeah.
Hey, JC.
Yeah, I've had some close calls with stuff like that, honestly, quite a few times. Especially with like siding. If you're putting the siding on the obviously exterior of the house, use like the J box for it. You got to pull the utility box off the house and then remount it back into the siding utility box, per se, to do it right. Lots of people just go right around your box and leave it alone. And legally, technically, depending on your state, that's probably what you're supposed to do if you don't want to call the power company. But sometimes, you want to do it right and just got to get it done. So, you pop it off, and the way those cables come down there, they come in and kind of do like a U. And if you're careful, you can get to the screws right in between the U's. But it's a little risky. So I've lost a
that's a little different than.
So, but got through it. Once the back of the box kind of burnt a hole in it about like that. So I had to deal with that. But in the end, got through fine. Driver tip isn't all that much or whatever. So whatever. But yeah, a bunch of stuff like that. I've had to deal with several times, different situations, but I personally don't mind. I know, like, when I got a problem myself with a customer or something, usually, depending on what it is in the situation, I don't really bother with shutting things down. I might trip something to find it in unmarked breakers, because that seems to be the quickest way sometimes, especially with apartment buildings and stuff. So I've seen 2-3 lines running into one breaker, like crazy stuff, So trying to track this stuff back, it's just easier to cut it, or not cut it, trip it sometimes. But anyway, this is getting all into the weeds, kind of with electrical or home improvement, but a lot of electrical crap I've had to deal with myself, where close calls. Had a boss once that was one of them like paperwork bosses, and he got sent out to the job one time, and basically we're putting something in a range hood vent and something, I don't know, had to mess with power and whatnot, and had him cut a live line, and you should have seen this dude jump, freaked out, almost fell off the ladder at a customer's place. It was pretty bad, and I couldn't help but kind of smirk in the next room. So lots of power stuff. Guy was a prick, so he was telling people, how he wanted stuff done, but he couldn't do any of it himself,
Karma's a bitch, you dick.
Yeah, kind of. The worst part was that, to me, the worst part would have been, because I was under the impression you knew the line was live, and if you cut a live line, you usually ruin your dikes, and depending on your dikes, that's going to piss you off.
Yeah,
they're not cheap, so
I guess the nice ones are pretty pricey.
Yeah, so you want to use like one that it's already happened to or whatever, or this or that. You don't want to use your good pair. And he ended up toasting and stuff and everything. So it was funny. To me, it was funny, but damn cool. But anyway.
M. Gabriel's out there talking about hot wiring a new ceiling fan.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Done several of those.
Yeah, 110 will get your. 110 will get your attention. I don't mess with 220. I make sure that's shut right off.
Okay, really, I guess, what they say is it comes down to what's really being drawn off from it. So how many amps are being pulled on the line. So if you got something and it's, light appliance or, not appliances, light items or whatever, it's not going to be too bad. But if you got it to where it's, pushing a bit, if you're talking about a dryer or, microwave, then you're probably going to feel it, more so. But
kitchen knife, a little chunk out of it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fun stuff. Yeah. Misfits out there.
Yeah. A lot of the fans and stuff I've noticed aren't too bad. The remote controls and all that crap you got to try to stuff in sometimes can be a pain in the ass because depending on, the location, you don't always have a lot of room. But so it can be a little tricky, but not too bad. I gotta say, in my opinion, I've fans. Thankfully, most of them are decent. I would say same with a lot of the chandeliers. They take a bit of time because you break one piece, it's toast, especially when you got a bunch of glass stuff or whatever. But a lot of this stuff, in my opinion, isn't too bad to do. So, like as far as like the average guy, homeowner level or whatever, it might take a little time and read the directions. Honestly, being somebody that installs a lot of this stuff, I usually check the directions, because sometimes things aren't always what you think. So, and that's the good thing about that. Like roofing, it's a little tip. Probably most people don't know, but a lot of people got a preference of shingle, or maybe somebody told you or whatever. It's supposed to be warranted, all this stuff. Basically what I'm getting at is all the different manufacturers have different stipulations on the warranties. So you want to check that. So the guy's been doing it for 40, 50 years, stuck in his way. You might not be getting your warranty because you didn't look at the package. So you got to check that out. Some require 4 nails, some require 5 nails per shingle. Some require 1/4 inch overhang, some flush, some even close to a 1/2 inch overhang on your eaves and edges. So it's I think they throw those slight differences in on perfect. So if you try to call them on it, they can get you. So basically, always check your packaging. You know what I mean? In that sense. So even though it'll work, but if you want it to, to get the warranty, that's why you're buying this model or whatever. Definitely make sure, it's done right. So it's always good to look at the paperwork, in my opinion, with a lot of things. I know guys, we don't like to in some cases, but especially with new products, it's good. Excuse me. Nothing's worse than putting something together.
Last time.
And then being ready to install and realize like something's on backwards and you got to pull it all back apart. And then you got people looking at you because they paid you to do this, so they weren't doing that shit. You know what I mean? So shit like that. But
yeah, I was trying to remember the last time I did any shingles. I think it was at my dad's cabin when we built the garage mahal up there. That's when shoot, I was probably 20 years old. And now I'm way older than that. Yeah.
Well, they've come a long way.
Roofing, you can. Well, and we didn't have any, any air nailers or anything. It was we had like 5 guys all running hammers, and
yep.
It was just
done it that way. But as soon as I could, I got a nailer. So, but yeah. But yeah, there's some, little patches or whatever, or just wasn't worth, nowadays where it's just not worth the time to, honestly, to wrap my damn hose back up. So in some cases, or I can just repair a little piece of flashing and I don't have to set all that up. But doing anything big, I'm definitely running a nailer. Nowadays, yeah, I mean, can do it the other way. Have done it, but it's apples and oranges. Yeah. At
our old house on the garage, I was like looking up and it was a finished ceiling, and I'm like, man, it looks like a wet spot or something, I climbed up the ladder and poked at it with a screwdriver and it was full of water. I'm like, what the heck? So I go up on the roof, and the previous owner replaced the vent, the attic vent in there, and he put it on so the vents were facing up at the so when it would rain, it would come right in. And I'm like, what the hell? Wow. Yeah. And so and it was all tarred down and everything. So I called my buddy who's a contractor, and I'm like, hey man, can you come take a look at this? And all I had at the time was a 6-foot step ladder. And that son of a bitch, he'd climb that ladder like he's climbing stairs. Not like I'm hanging on like a death grip going up those things. He just walks right up, steps on the top, not a step, the top, and then like an extra long steps right on the roof, keeps on walking. Like, you crazy.
I get used to it after a while, so.
I've seen him carry shingles up a ladder like that. I've seen him doing all kinds of stuff.
It keeps you in shape. It really does, I think so.
Later on, Gabriel. Oh, yeah.
The movement and everything.
He's definitely in shape.
Different weights. I mean, you're not lifting 300 pounds at a time typically or whatever, but it's still, constant.
Always moving, always carrying. Yeah. Always got to keep your balance. It's like, core strength. And
yeah,
man.
Be ready to, reach out if you have to. Be ready to save.
Oh, he's got tons of stories. Yeah. Yeah, he's 55 years old, and he's, still crawling all over gigantic roofs, and they specialize in redoing old homes, inside and out. He's generally, I don't think he's humping up on the roof anymore. He prefers to, do the inside work, but still, yeah. He's got some stories, man. He's like doing this jack job, really steep roof, and it was all icy, and they were like torching it to melt the ice off, and he took a wrong step, and he's like, it was like slow motion sliding all the way down this roof, and he was going right at the ladder, and so he kind of half-ass grabbed the ladder and half-ass grabbed the rain gutter, and still like took a ride on the ladder all the way to the ground backwards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been saved by a gutter at least once. It was just enough to kind of stop the momentum, but if my full weight went to it, I would have dropped 20 feet into a driveway. And I've dropped off a ladder once, being in a hurry. The wrong size ladder. I know better.
Yeah.
I know, but like me, this is what blows my mind. You know what I mean? And I got like I don't know what it was, 34 or whatever, 36-foot ladder to go like 18 feet. So basically the pitch was way wrong. Instead of just grabbing the right ladder, that one was sitting there. I had to put a J cover
Yep.
on a piece of siding, like a siding box. So, what was it? I think a dryer vent box or something. I don't know. I can't recall what it is. But needless to say, it was wintertime. Went up there, got all the way up there, got it on, took a step down, and then the ladder just like pop, like did a little shimmy, and I was like, oh damn. So I'm like, all right, real careful trying to go down. Took like another step or so, and it just started going out. So I tried to like time it out and jump at the same time that I'd hit the ground. That shit didn't work.
No.
Ended up blasting.
Not like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, blasted my knees right in the rungs, and basically dropped to the side. So I thought I was all right. I got held down. They ended up calling an ambulance. Like I didn't want an ambulance, all this stuff. Tried pushing myself back up, get off, move, type thing, and got all dizzy and shit. It's weird. So I pretended like I just wanted to lay there in the driveway for a minute, and strapped me on an ambulance. X-rayed me twice because they couldn't believe nothing was broke. I couldn't believe nothing was broke. My knees were like,
damn.
The whole area was kind of swollen for about a week. Like I almost couldn't even walk for like 2 days. So it was, but all in all, I got lucky, So nothing broke. A couple days later, I was basically good. Like a week later, so. Crazy,
Midnight Range is like feeling a disturbance in the force right now. I was talking about ladders and stuff because he's terrified of ladders.
Really? Yeah. I've known a few people.
Oh yeah, you see all those.
Thank you.
Well, you see people like you said with the bottom kicks out on them and their legs fall in between the rungs and they fall goofy or stuff like that. That he don't like that at all.
Yeah, ladders.
So of course I'd send them like video. Yes, of course everybody then after that sends them like little YouTube shorts of people like with ladder accidents and shit.
That's funny. Yeah, I'd laugh when like a customer will be like, "Oh, I got a ladder," and they show me like some wooden ladder attached to the side of the garage, and I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." I'm good.
Yeah, it's been on. It's like hanging outside. It's
bust out a couple times. Or farmer's garage. Like they always got some rigged up way to get to the roof and shit. Like, man, like, nah. No.
No. Well, in that old house, I think I may have told you before. I mean, we would get ice dams because we had like no attic ventilation in that old house, 100-year-old house, had no ridge vents, had no soffit vents. And so I'd always have to go up there and chip the ice dams off so we didn't get water in the house. And which we did have that happen on Super Bowl Sunday one year. But I went and bought the orange, commercial grade frickin' 24-foot extension ladder and everything because I knew don't get cheap ass aluminum one,
Yeah. I like aluminum, but I'm light. I mean, I prefer the fiberglass stuff. So I like both basically. I mean, it depends what I'm doing. Like running around doing estimates or just doing, doing like if I'm carrying shingles up, I can run with my aluminum, but I do have the fiberglass as well. So it really like it's another thing people forget about is what you're carrying, adds to the weight load. You know what I mean? So you want to be cautious of that. Fiberglass, like been up 40 footers, basically fully extended on apartment buildings, and they flex and bow too. Let me tell you, especially when you're carrying stuff. So people are like, oh, the foot. No, you extend them and put some weight on them, and they move around. So you know what I mean. So it's not horrible. It's not as bad as an aluminum. I will state that, but they still flex. So, but I can say the aluminum's lighter, or it tends to be. So in a lot of cases, so it's a little easier to move around as one guy, this and that. I put up 40-foot fiberglass by myself, and people would like stop in traffic to watch that, but it's a bitch to drag out. Layout, depending where you're at, figure rope's good because you're gonna need it when it's just you. If you ain't got no rope, you're not. You know what I mean? You gotta have it set, but butt it against a house or something like that, come in from the back, walk it, push it hard, and then manhandle that shit to where you gotta go. Vertical. Watch power lines, trees, all this. It's a pain in the ass. But I've done it dozens of times. So either way, but the aluminum's lighter, in most cases. That's all I'm saying. So
yeah. Well, in the old house, the way that the valleys came down, the valleys, it was like a square house, and the valleys came down at each corner, right? And I'd have to go up on top of that ladder, which was roughly 20 feet up. Pardon? You
had dormers on each side of the house, and that's how you end up with a valley. Or was it like hipped roof where it was?
Yeah, four valley. I mean, it was literally a valley to each corner of the house. So there was.
Okay. However, yeah. I'm just having trouble visualizing.
But I'd have to crawl up on top. Yeah, I'd crawl up on top and use my snow rake and pull all that snow, and it would come right on me. Ooh, that didn't sound good. But I'd pull all the snow right on me, so I was getting the ladder all snowy and icy, and then crawling down that thing, and then you step on the rope, you're like, what? That's sliding all over the place. I'm getting puckered just thinking about it, man. I hated that crap.
Yeah, it's can be done, but
40-footer.
You're paying. You're working for it when it comes to those 40s. So I've got lots of people that just refuse to go on a ladder. Like lots of customers are like that, or they got a horror story or whatever the case is. So ladders are like electricity, same thing. I've had people that'll literally pay me to go over to their house and flip a breaker because they don't want to touch the box at all. They're like that fearful, which in my opinion is crazy, but you know what I mean. But people are if you're willing to plug something in the wall, it's not a whole lot different. So to me, I don't know, but that's just not how they see it. So electricity, ladders, heights, it can be problems for people. So so it's been like the home improvement show here. So what's the last home improvement you've done? The bathroom, or
I did personally.
Yeah, that you've done personally.
Let's see. Just I had to rewire a few outlets. Right after we moved in, we were down the man cave. My daughter and I were playing some pool, and I'm like, "Do you smell that? It smells like electrical." And she's like, "Yeah." So we're like walking around, we couldn't really pinpoint where the smell was coming from. Then I started touching all the outlets with the back of my hand, and the one right by our walkout basement, right by the slider, it was hot to the touch. And so by the time I clicked the breaker off and went over there. It was so hot that it bubbled the paint above the outlet.
Wow.
And I pulled that outlet out, and you know, they did the back stab technique. They didn't, hook it to the screws. They just stuck it in the back of the outlet. And for whatever reason, it started melting off the sheathing. And so I pulled another one down the line, and it's back stabbed too. So I'm like pulling them out, looking, changing them over to how you're supposed to hook them up. I guess if you're in a hurry, that's fine, but that's not the recommended.
I don't like them personally. I mean, they are quick and easy, but what I don't like is a lot of times it puts like a 90 degree on the wire. Like I had one sitting here somewhere, but it's not in here. I don't know. I had a receptacle. I'd show you what I'm talking about. But when you got your thing up and you just push them direct in the back, when you actually go insert back in the box, the wire's getting shifted around. You know what I mean? And you end up putting a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of tension, a lot of bend right there on the wire in that spot. More so because it actually can become a 90 or even worse, where it's all jacked up, around, depending on it, what all's in this box. So I just don't like that aspect alone, let alone that it's held by tension and with heat going in and out of it.
Right.
I mean, these pieces are freaking tiny, and they're little brass pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're literally tiny. They're like watch pieces or something. You know what I mean? And this is what's holding it together. They heat up, they expand. It's not good. So, and
it was an outlet. Yeah, right next to the door. So you slam that door, got some vibration, heat and cold. I think it just expanded and contracted too many times where it must have been kind of loose in that little junction, and it was causing a bunch of resistance and just overheated. And damn, if we weren't home, I bet you the house would have caught on fire.
Hopefully a breaker would have tripped out or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? I assume the box was probably plastic, right? Or was it a metal box? I mean, it's possible
Plastic.
It could have tripped out, a breaker at some point, but you're right. You could have had an ignition in a sense.
Yeah. I mean, it was hot. I had to cut out probably a 2 by 3 foot square of drywall and replace it because it was all messed up.
Wow.
From the heat.
Changed a bunch where they're like the plug wants to melt to the receptacle, stuff like that. Where you'll pull it apart and the face will just break apart, things along those lines. And what I've noticed a lot, maybe you should check yourself. I'm not sure what you replace with, but all your receptacles will tell you basically right on whether it's like a 15 or 20 amp. They pretty much look the same between those two.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously if you have, 20 amp at the box and you got a 15 amp receptacle, the receptacle is going to burn up before the breaker hit, before any problems really hit the breaker usually. So you want to match them in a sense. So if you can, so. And I've seen that with washers, all types of, and that's usually where it ends up melting the plugs right to the damn thing, and you gotta, mess with all that just to get the plug out and crap. So hopefully you replace them with the proper, receptacles, because obviously there is a difference. In some cases, people like that because it, saves problems, especially if breakers are behind locked doors. But doesn't make a lot of, I don't want anything melting personally, or anything I'm installing possibly melting,
No.
It gets really brittle.
Okay. Got 13 people watching out there.
Well, it's not too bad for
Vanessa's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Chris from the 740, Grim, MC's out there chatting it up.
Cool.
Buck.
Stopping by, everybody. See, Ozzy got his package, so he won Chris's
What'd you send him?
giveaway. What's that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just wondering what he won. I couldn't remember.
He won a full-size display similar to this right here. So probably can't see things well because of everything's black over there. But basically, he won
I can see it.
All right. Yeah, he won one of those, some stickers and stuff like that. So Chris hooked him up with that. Obviously, I threw a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but I threw some stickers and stuff in as well. So since he's opening it right now, he probably already knows. So that was pretty cool.
Spoiler.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hopefully you got to that point, but yeah, I usually try to.
I wonder
with all orders. So
I wonder if you got that glitter bomb yet.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I threw a love note with a pair of panties in the box. So when he opens it and his wife sees it, he'll leave them, and then he's got more money for guns.
Yep.
That's what friends do, right? No.
Well, hopefully you wore those panties to work for a week first.
Grim out there as well. It was a fun night. Yeah, it was pretty good. Good. What was it? Improv last minute show you did there, Chris. So maybe you should do some more of those at some point where it's just similar. I don't know how to put it, where it kind of goes with the flow. So that way people people get a inside view of Chris. Like the one that thinks the show's over and starts saying, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do now, and screaming and stuff. That guy. Some people probably caught that. But I don't want to get too into it. So no life, I do like it.
He's been dropping panties for decades.
I sent you a stripper, and she will fit in your pocket. So I mean, could be a good thing.
Looks like Buck's gonna do a powder coated bullet video coming up here.
That's cool.
That's something I've never tried any powder coated bullets. Yeah.
I did had to fill in and did powder coating for parts, I guess you could state.
Yeah.
That was cool. I don't know. But never done anything with bullets. Like powder coating of parts was like idiot proof, like honestly. So the stuff just basically goes right to the product almost. So yeah, I mean you can
Mm-hmm.
Guns and Barbecue could do a hell of a job. And Patriot. Is that a low blow? I don't know. But Neil State, basically it's simple. So, I don't know how it goes with the whole bullets and, whatnot. So they look kind of cool. Some of the coatings almost looks like candy or something. You know what I mean? They look, they're so shiny. Yeah. So to me, I don't know. I guess you got to coat them with something, but I'm shocked they don't have like flat colors. Like, I'm shocked they're so shiny, if that makes sense. Like it's almost like draws attention or something. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not really a big deal. I mean, obviously it's probably not, but I don't know. Just I don't know. Seems too damn bright to me. I don't know. Is that a thing? Am I just freaking out for no reason? Because
Yeah, the
people are
bad
making
guy can see it
bright or
coming,
what?
and duck out of the way.
Skittles bullets.
Skittles. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Skittles or lipstick or something.
Yeah, that's what I think when I see them. Sometimes I think like, oh shit, like I can see it like to go good with a girl to match stuff because girls are that detailed. But in some cases, but us guys, what do we care? You figure you'd want it to be I don't know, I guess not so standoutish, but maybe I guess people like them. I don't know. I'm just shocked they don't have like flat brown, flat green, or what I mean, stuff that's not so or black. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe they do, but flat black, not gloss.
We'll have to check out that video when Buck puts it out there.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it don't make me hungry. I'm thinking of Skittles or something.
Wasn't Squib eating Skittles one of those last live streams? Skittles or something he was eating.
I don't remember, honestly. Don't recall. So maybe. I haven't had Skittles in a while, so they used to be my thing. Like getting like a phase where I'll buy this when I can or buy that or whatever. Used to be Skittles for a while, but I've basically gotten Skittled out. So right now I really don't have it. Almond Joys are good. So now I'm thinking of candy and stuff.
I'm trying to remember the last candy that I've had. I think I had some lemon heads. Like lemon.
Yep.
Really sour lemon candy or something.
Yeah, lemon heads are good. They used to have the cherry ones and like grape ones. They had like a whole bunch of varieties or a few. I haven't seen those in a long time, but not bad. Last thing I had was Snickers. Fun size Snickers.
Speaking of fun size, Misfits up there. That means two things.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I've gotten the Snickers a couple times lately. I've had a craving for Jujubes. I don't even know if people know what those are. I had to kind of look them up. I don't know why, but way, way back, I stayed a night at some kid's house, like, sleepover thing. And there was a bunch of like stale candy and shit. And we basically sat there and chewed on those Jujubes for like damn near the whole night. And the other day, I just woke up thinking about them. So I don't know. I'm afraid if I'll buy them and I'm just gonna regret it. Like they weren't good then. I don't understand what I'm thinking. I just wanted get stuff stuck all over my teeth or what. I don't know, but so I didn't buy them. But salad the last 2 nights in a row.
Or super hot gummy bears or something like that.
Nah, I don't eat those for fun.
Well, it was pretty fun. From my end.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, yeah, that personally prefer the chips or, I think it's called Death Nut or something like that. And I haven't tried that, obviously, but might have done that, but I don't know, whatever. But the natural stuff, I would, between doing the chips and then like the chemical bears or whatever it is, I'd prefer doing the natural stuff personally. Those bears, I had like a chemical taste basically on my tongue for like at least 24 hours afterwards. Just kind of a weird taste. And I'd brush the hell out of my tongue and it just wouldn't go away. It was weird.
And my wife, she did buy me some chocolate covered espresso beans for Christmas. Those were good.
Mm.
Yeah, if you've never tried them, they're fantastic.
Yeah, I've never tried those. So I'm told you're not supposed to eat coffee beans because they can poison you or something. So I don't know. Maybe there's ones you can eat and ones you can't. So I guess it's fine to drink coffee, but you're not supposed to actually eat the bean. So.
I don't know. I'm only mostly dead.
Yeah. And, maybe what I heard is crap. I have no idea. So. Or taffy. See, I like saltwater taffy. I don't know about you guys, but like the good stuff, the real stuff, that's not bad. It can be messy as hell, especially if it's the real stuff. But depending on temperatures out, like definitely not something you want to leave on the dashboard or just sitting on the seat. But if you can get it and keep it semi cool, I like taffy. So some of that stuff. Actually, I like that. I'll even stick in the freezer, and it gets so you can basically bite it, and it'll just crumble into tiny little pieces easily, and really good that way. I do that with Snickers too sometimes. Throw those in the freezer. Probably crazy.
I haven't had Snickers in I don't know how long.
Shoot, get hangry, man. What you talking about? She'll get hangry. So we'll be at work, and a lot of times I don't really do a lunch. So basically, that's if I stop and get gas or something, like I can tell some days she gets a little bitchy. So I'll just pick up like a king size Snickers and whatnot, and then she'll devour that.
You freeze it and smack her over the head with it. It's good.
No, just throw that. So we got somebody else out here, but I'm not sure who this is. Let's see.
Yeah. MC's talking about Mackinac Island fudge, and he's not lying. That's good stuff.
Oh, duh. Sorry.
We got Jason Stewart joining the group.
I think so. Threw me off for a second. So, hey, you, Jay?
Well, if he's talking, he's muted.
Yeah, I don't know. I did send him out a link. So,
well, if he's talking, we can't hear him. So.
No,
Burnaby.
Good afternoon. Yeah, that girl, man, she's horrible. Like, she could sometimes out eat me.
Horrible.
I'm telling you. She's like that angry thing. That's her in a nutshell sometimes. So
I'm just waiting to hear the door fly open and get like a baseball bat across the head.
Yeah. She knows it. She knows it. She can get a little bitchy sometimes like that. So that's why, depending, most of the times I can get away without a lunch or whatever, but sometimes it just ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Probably not gonna happen without a problem. So what's up, Jay? Think we heard you. No. It's like he's having a problem.
Must be having technical difficulties.
Yeah, but Snickers are good for that. I think it's funny because of the commercial, and she likes Snickers. So, and it is like kind of enough just to kind of take the edge off at times. So.
Uh-oh. Going, yeah. Wait. You mean he won't?
Not that she's that bad. Like, good horrible, not bad horrible.
Well, I think she misspelled dessert instead of dinner.
Oh
yeah. If you know what I'm saying, Sent you a picture.
If you want to show it, I'm not sure how to go about that.
Probably some bullets.
Try to kick this over to see what I can do here. And again, Jay, if you're there, say something. Yeah, I don't want to risk it.
Cheeseburger does sound pretty good.
All right. I see back chat Jay saying he's on the phone at work and it's got bad internet, so basically.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, maybe he'll pop back in or out, so we'll see how it goes. So he's probably cutting trim somewhere, so good he's back to work. I heard he was under the weather for a little bit. So believe that
something going on.
Yeah. So hopefully he's feeling good and back up and running. So and a lot of people have been getting sick lately, it seems. So I thankfully thankfully not me. I wonder what got Rick.
And he's probably licking doorknobs down at Deb's Diner.
Maybe.
Or maybe he's trying to eat that white mint in the urinal.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh, that's why Jason's working. Got some new guns coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, some money. And another python. Yeah. One's not enough.
How many pythons you gotta have? Right. Well, you gotta get them in all different barrel lengths,
More than one could be problems. I don't know. But yeah, he's probably getting one in each color or something.
Yeah. Now next he's got to get an anaconda.
Yeah. Who's the manufacturer? Who makes the anaconda? That's a real gun, right?
The Colt. That's the 44. Yeah, Colt 44 mag.
All right.
The Python's the 357.
So there's no, yellow belly racers or northeastern garden snakes or nothing like that.
Garter snake, the hognose, yeah, the puffer,
The rattler.
There's a rattler.
There probably is.
There's a rat. Is it a rattler? Is that a 9mm carbine? I can't remember.
I think so. A little thing. Is it from IMI or something like that? I'm not sure. Yeah, so they have one of those. So
CMG, and I'm gonna have to look for it.
I guess if it doesn't sound cool, it doesn't ring the list.
It's the SIG Rattler.
Okay.
Let's see.
See, I figured G23 would know that. Being a SIG guy named Glock.
Here's one in 300 blackout, the Rattler. Yeah, it's a little AR pistol. Pretty cool looking. It's got that pistol brace on it though, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I apologize about not sharing the thing, but I've never done it, and I'm not sure exactly how to do it. And I don't want to zap everything, or share stuff I shouldn't be sharing, because there's, others,
Oh yeah, MC that Taurus 22 Hornet. That's actually pretty sweet. They've got one in 17 HMR too. I think kind of the same thing. I was looking at one of those not too long ago. The Raging Hornet. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't
just
need to share
scope.
That inappropriate. I just share personal whatever as I'm trying to share your stuff. So sorry, just try to clear that up. But I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I think we got a little delay between us, but it ain't too bad.
I think so. Yeah. I was gonna say I just ordered a handgun scope for my. I got an Optima V2 50 cal muzzleloader pistol, 14-inch barrel, and I got a red dot on it, but my eyeballs are not as good as they once was, and so I've been kind of looking for a handgun scope, and I was watching. I forget on what website or whatever, but I got an email that says, "Hey, the thing that you're looking at is now $40 cheaper," or something like that. And I went and looked, and then I found it actually cheaper somewhere else. So ended up ordering that last night. So it's a 2-7 by 32. Yeah, and that little, not little. It's a 50 caliber muzzle loader, all stainless, but that thing it's fun to shoot. It's got a little kick to it, but it's accurate. So hopefully with that scope on there, I'll be able to whack a whitetail next year or later this year. Next season, I should say.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I haven't shot anything with it yet other than targets. So I always gotta, because they're deer hunter, it's like I got one side of my safe that has confirmed kills on it, and the other side is not. So, yeah.
That's cool. It'll be fun when you get it in, get to play with it. So answer Jason's question. Yeah, revolver should work fine on there. Believe if you go to the website and click on gallery, Buck Stanley had a few in there, I believe. There might be a few pictures up there available to take a look at. But I'm pretty sure there was a revolver, or there should be added. So I know I've seen pictures of the revolvers with them. They work fine, basically. So if you're concerned about weight or whatever, in a sense, these will hold like 2 guns, because I actually threw. There might be a picture of that in there, but I set one on top of another. Basically, it's gonna have to be pretty heavy, so abnormal. So I don't think you're gonna have any problem. It's just whether you're gonna like the look, span, or whatever. So you can take a peek at it and see what you think. So again, there is a gallery over there at the site. Anybody can post up their guns on a stand over there if they'd like. So but shouldn't be a problem, Jason. Sorry, long explanation for an answer of a question. So
MC said that 17-inch MR is loud as hell with that 6.5-inch barrel. I bet. You know what's loud is that 14-inch 50 cal. That thing's loud. Holy moly! I'd put that on the. I don't have a decibel meter, but it's almost as obnoxious as shooting my 7.5-inch AR. I mean, it's loud.
I wonder what a blunderbuss would be decibel wise. So, because I'd like to get one of those to mess with. I mean, something I could load like anything in
for fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Nuts and bolts in there and some nails.
Yeah. And I got last time I was talking about it, somebody pointed me in a direction for one, so I wrote it down, but I haven't checked it out yet. So apparently there was one for like $100, $200 or something. I don't know if it's a kit or what it is. So black powder, yeah. So I wrote it's in the other room, but I need to definitely check that out because, like I said, it seems like it'd be something fun, to kind of play with. Obviously, not an EDC or anything like that, but definitely a talk piece and something, to play with. So.
MC, you win. A 12-inch 308, dude. That'll knock your fillings out. That's right, man. We got to get together. I want to shoot some of those. I'll have to wear earplugs and muffs, and make sure you keep your mouth closed when you shoot something like that. I know when I shoot my 2.5-inch 44 Magnum, I literally have to make a conscious effort to close my mouth because that concussion will come in there and it's weird.
The pressure,
it's like being punched in the face. But when I'm shooting, I got my tongue hanging out, because I got to concentrate.
That's funny. I remember like toddlers or whatever playing games or something. They always got their tongue out.
That's me.
A controller and.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Oh, under a roof. I couldn't imagine. I do have a couple other black powder pistols. I got
yes, please.
It's called a Tower pistol, which is a flintlock 45 caliber. It has no sights on it. The other one, I forget the name of it. It's got sights on it, and it's also a 45 caliber. But nothing, it can't handle as much powder as the modern Optima V2. I can run up to 150 grains of black powder, or I do either 777 pellets or white hots out of that one. But generally speaking, I only run about 100 grains. That's 2 pellets. Well, depending on which pellet you buy, they're 50 grains a piece. But they're fun.
Yeah, I know. What was it? Jason had a pretty good story about hunting with a muzzle loader. Yeah. flintlock muzzleloader, I think it was. So he had a pretty crazy story. So
Yeah, I had a Winchester. I think it was called the X150. That would run 150 grains with a nice power belt they're both made by CVA essentially, and it was more accurate with 100 grains, but I shot a deer in the neck with it at 100 yards, dropped it right on the bait pile.
no, it's pretty good.
It was pretty gnarly. Yeah,
I think they're more accurate now than they were initially.
Oh, probably.
That's what I'd guess.
Get better rifling and better bullets, and I mean, in the older pistols
there's probably better quality. You know what I mean? I would think. I don't know, but
Well, yeah, and the modern bullets, they've got the little, I don't know what you call it, little skirt on them or whatever, like and a sabot. It's like it's more of a, I think it has better transfer of energy and stuff like that. My older ones, which I've had for 40 plus years, I just run patch and balls out of those, like lead ball in a cloth patch. I think they're rifled. I'm not 100%. I think they're rifled, but you're just slinging a round lead ball versus an actual like bullet. I mean, they're XTP bullets or something like that. Jacketed hollow points in a sabot.
Yeah, I mean, it don't sound like anything I want to get hit with. Don't get me wrong. Like, anything.
Oh, hell no.
So, yeah, just seeing some of those old, documentaries and things like that, don't look good. We have different technology today. We won't necessarily need leg piles and or limb piles, but still, that's not pretty stuff, I guess. But yeah, it seems like some of the machining process, like I was saying, it might be a little bit more accurate nowadays. Where if you were going to get one to shoot, it might be ideal to get a replica than spend big money on something, and might not be as accurate. I don't know.
My cousin, who he's got a degree in anthropology from University of Michigan. He was a curator for the Fort Ticonderoga fort over there in New York. Have you ever been up there?
No, you're talking about the closed down one, right? Like it's.
Oh, is it closed down now?
I believe so. Like public can go view and all that stuff. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
Let's see. I'll just let's see. Looks like it's still open for tourism. It's really cool. Been there one time, and we kind of got the behind the scenes thing since he was like the boss. So we get to touch all the stuff that nobody can touch, stuff like that. But
cool.
He's got a musket from that era that's like 69 caliber, 70 caliber, something like that. Big old long barrel on it, but it's pretty sweet. And now he's an appraiser. He was on he's been on Antiques Roadshow, as the expert for military and different firearms and stuff like that. He's got a lot of cool stories. He was hired by the government to come in and look at Ground Zero at 9/11. Because he's expert in body parts and anthropology, so he could help piece the bodies back together and shit. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, it don't seem like a glorified job in that sense when you're thinking about that, but
yeah, he works mainly for Skinner Skinner Auctions now. He's got a lot of really cool stuff that he's an expert in, stuff like that.
That's neat. Yeah.
Oh, MC's got a side-by-side 12-gauge muzzle loader. Yeah, my buddy's got one. That is a lot of fun. He had one barrel was a slug, and the other barrel had buckshot in it when we used to go deer hunting.
Yeah. I don't think I'd do the muzzle loading hunting. So I hear that's can be frustrating at times. When I think of Jason's story, that's what gets me thinking. So. Yeah, he basically had a suicidal deer that pretty much laid down in front of him, and he still couldn't damn thing to shoot. So.
I need to hear Jason tell that story.
Oh, I don't want to. I can't do it to justice.
Right.
Yeah, I really can't.
Oh, and to hear him tell it, man, you can't top that.
Yeah, definitely. When he gets back up, he can, at some point share that, because I don't want to screw it up. But yeah, basically the damn thing damn near landed in his lap and hung out. It just didn't go good for him. So, but things like that, would bug me. It's an expense. You got to buy the permits, any clothing you may need, things like this. Obviously, depending whether you have a firearm that's legal in your area for what you're going for or whatever, all that. Then in some cases, butchers, whatnot. I don't know. It's an investment, and it would suck to go out and not get anything. So
that hunt's haunted him for 20 years. Wow. Yeah. The butcher thing, my very first deer I ever shot, I took it to the processor. And the amount of meat that I got back, I don't even think it was my deer. It was like this little cardboard box
they just
with
swapped
meat
out.
in it. I don't know. And I shot the next year, I shot a smaller deer, and I got twice the meat out of that thing, and I processed it myself.
Wow.
And I wasn't like nitpicking through the ribs or anything. I just took off all the big muscle groups, and I had twice as amount of meat that I had versus that bigger deer. I was pissed. So I've processed my own ever since, and that's been probably 30 years ago.
Yeah. It seems, I don't know. That's probably the way I'd go about it if I was going to do it, in a sense.
I don't mind it at all. It's kind of...
it's work, but, it's about knowing the whole process, this and that. I know some people say you got to have a cooler, you got to have all this space. Like, I know that's crap, because, I've been in the same households with a deer hanging outside in the carport. Like, man.
Yeah, I just hang in my garage, and I put up a...
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I put up a card table and got like three...
I don't know.
3-4 big old stainless steel bowls and a couple of knives, and, you got your sharpening steel and stuff like that, and go to town, and then you pick away at it, clean it up, put it in your vacuum sealer, or whatever you want to do. And I even tanned my own hide once.
Okay. All right. What did you use for tanning fluid? Did you use Brain? Or did you go buy something?
I was thinking about it. But no, I just bought the whatever that crap is. You buy it. You got the Walter White suit on, and the gloves, and the big old tub that you put it in. You got to dick around with it. It's not worth it. If you want to tan a hide, just send it to somebody. That's the part that I send out.
Yeah. It seems like it'd be a lot of
Yeah.
work. So, I mean, I've looked into it, and obviously, like the old ways or whatever, or, if it's native or whatever, a lot
Yeah.
of times you use the brain and make kind of a slurry with that and rub it all in. And
Yep.
it
That's what the Indians did.
sounds like something, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'd hope to never be in a position where I need to do that for clothing or something. That's all I can
Right.
say. At least having an idea, that's pretty good. You never know, but man, that's got to be some bad times at that point. But
Yeah. The key part is getting all the flesh off of the hide.
okay,
You got like a
everything.
fleshing knife, like a draw knife almost. Make sure you get all that out there, because if you don't, believe me, it will stink.
Sorry, getting sidetracked here. No woman who said her dream was to hunt naked with a wood recurve bow and a hunting knife. Don't know if she ever did it. Not if you even try. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to test yourself, don't they have shows for that? Or I thought they did.
Well, there's still that naked and afraid thing.
Something like that. Yeah. I guess. If that's your thing, I don't know. So, it might be depending on lifestyle or this or that. It might be something you should be able to figure out. But
I couldn't do it. All the raccoons would point and laugh.
Well, my concern would be all the bugs. I mean, you talking winter? You talking summer? Like winter is gonna be a problem. Summer, there's a lot of bugs, man. Like when you're wrapped up.
Bow season, yeah. Bow season up here starts. I mean, there's early season, usually October 1st, and it's usually really nice out. But there can be some skeeters on your Peter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then running around with what? Like, if you start off naked, what are you gonna go to? Like leaves or something? I mean, you gonna go steal stuff off somebody's clothesline or something? Yeah. Walk up to a donation
kill the
box
deer.
naked, jump in, find some clothes.
You gotta kill that deer and use its brain, and then you gotta wear his pelt. The loincloth, like Raquel Welch in the old caveman movie.
That'd be some rough times right there. So I don't know. I mean, maybe she had property and just wanted to do it outside her place one time. I mean, I don't
know. Beaver.
Fun but crazy lady. Yeah.
Sounds like one of DJ's girlfriends.
Prickers and needles, yeah. Yeah, footwear would be a big thing too. Yeah. Depending on location, I guess it makes a huge difference, but yeah, definitely slow you down. More injuries, more risk running barefoot in some cases. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I think we've been here a bit, about an hour and a
half. Oh yeah, I hope Rick's feeling better.
Problems, yeah. Figure it's about Rick's show's length, so we got to figure out something for dinner over here soon. And G23 is going to be coming up about an hour and 20 some odd minutes too, so probably start wrapping this thing up. 6 o'clock.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for jumping in. Kind of nice surprise of the afternoon for me. I've got a roast in the crock pot, so
nice.
Go slam on that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. What type of roast? Just regular roast? Beef?
Yeah, just
Nice.
a beef chuck roast.
Okay. What are you having with it?
Little,
Carrots, potatoes, all that stuff?
yep. Carrots, taters. Got some tater salad. What else do we have up there? The wife will probably make a tossed salad. But yeah, it's pretty good.
That's cool.
Kind of low key. All the kids are coming home next weekend, so I'll be doing a bunch of barbecuing next weekend. Probably make a big old pork shoulder, do some pulled pork sandwiches, and I got like 5 racks of ribs in the freezer. Might do some ribs.
All right.
When they all come home, they like coming home because Dad always puts on the big spread,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's always nice as a kid. So especially if you're doing it right, like you tend to. So yeah, it's not
I try
leftover cold pizza. You're making some good stuff. So
yeah. But yeah, man, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for the invite, and hello to everybody out there. I don't know if I talked to everybody, but good to see you guys. Enjoy your Saturday afternoon.
All right. Well, thanks for showing up. When others couldn't, wouldn't, didn't have the cojones. So, I appreciate it. Rick, sorry, man. It wasn't a great one this time. Not that any of them are maybe great, but we got through it. So hopefully it filled a little time in people's schedule. So hopefully Rick's going to get better. I don't know what he got into. I wish him luck. Other than that, check out G23s at 6, I believe 6 Eastern. And basically have a good weekend, everybody. So appreciate you stopping by. Hit the like button. Use cash. Eat a salad. I think that's it.
Take care, everybody.